Hi guys, this is Dan here again with another Minecraft Let's Play, and the unique selling point of this one is that hopefully I'm going to be living underground, as the title there says. I'm going to set myself a couple of rules for this one. The first day I'm allowed to spend above ground gathering materials. As soon as the sun sets I've got to be underground, and then after that point I'm not allowed to go above ground, above level 64, above sea level again. Now, because there are ravines and such like that are open to the sky but still quite deep under the ground, I am allowed to go into those, and I'm also allowed to gather materials from above ground provided I gather it from under the ground. For example, I can dig under a beach and then dig it out from underneath and collect the sand that falls down. If I need to collect or find water, I can dig a hole under the sea and then collect water from the waterfall that comes in. I can also, if I desperately need to, this is a rule I'm going to make up, I can chop down tree from underground provided I'm not actually at ground level when I'm chopping it down. So those are the rules that I'm going to live by. I'm going to try and establish a nice little base under the ground. I'm going to try and get a wheat farm going. I'm going to see actually if I can get and capture some animals and breed them under the ground. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. It's going to be a case of trying to hopefully, if I can find a ravine, I can build a staircase in the ravine and hope that some animals are going to wander down the staircase, and then once they're down up below ground level I'll be able to get them with the wheat. But I'm not allowed to actually go back above ground and try and hunt down any animals. So we shall see. So yes, wheat farm, hopefully an animal farm. I'm going to try and get a tree farm going. I'm going to see if I can get an underwater pool where I can maybe do a bit of fishing. Of course, it's going to be quite important to get a food supply going underground. And then I'm going to try and see if I can. I'm going to obviously be able to get a mine going. I'll see if I can find some abandoned mine shafts, clear some caves, just generally try and stay alive. Gathering the sand here because I'm going to... Living underground doesn't necessarily mean living without daylight. So what I'm going to do, I've had a couple of goes at this before but not recorded it, so I've kind of got a plan of action. What I'm going to do is establish a base under the ground and then put dig up and put a glass roof on it, and this will obviously help crops grow and things like that. So I'm trying to find an area which is fairly near to a lot of resources that I can gather. I want it to be near water, I want it to be near these animals for a good start. And what I try to do here, the way I'm doing this is I record the gameplay first, and then I'm recording the narration afterwards when I edit it together in on the computer afterwards. So I'm not talking while I'm playing the game. So what I'm trying to do here is see if I can trap some cows in this 2x2 pit that I've just dug. The idea being that if I trap them, I know they're always going to be there, and then I can just dig out underneath them and get an animal farm going. Now it's surprisingly difficult to push a cow. As you can see, they just don't want to be pushed around. It's not easy, and they have it jumping up and down and generally not cooperating. So I thought I'd give up on that and then go back and gather some more seeds. It's obviously quite important to have the seeds and get a wheat farm going. And then I decided eventually, yeah, let's give up on trying to push those into the pit. Let's just get a few stakes going on the to start off with. Obviously I don't want to kill too many cows up top because I'm not going to find any more for breeding later on, so I'm not going to be able to, although I can explore as much as I like under the ground. I'm just going to have to wander around quite a distance and then see if I can dig some tunnels just below ground level and see if I can hear some animals up top. Maybe dig a hole in the surface and hope that they fall in. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if that's going to break any of the rules that I'm setting myself, but the idea is that once I go underground, I'm not actually going to be able to wander above ground and run around like this. Still having a go trying to push that cow around. I've lost where I've put the pit now. Oh, there it is. And the cow just doesn't want to know. I have actually, in a previous game, successfully managed to trap a couple of cows like this, which is why I'm not 100% giving up on this idea just yet. But the game that I was playing wasn't a living underground game, it was just a normal survival game, and I just happened to push a couple of cows into a pit. Anyway, far more important to keep on gathering resources at the moment. This is a standard survival game I'm playing at the moment. It's not a hardcore game. So, but I don't know, because there's not going to be anything above ground, there's not going to be any buildings above ground, there's not going to be any torches. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to find my base again after I die. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So I might edit out a little bit more of this resource gathering, and we'll catch up when I think I find somewhere to start making a base. So, after wandering around and gathering a few more materials, killing a few more cows and pigs, gathering a bit more sand, I came across this little hole in the ground and decided that this was as good a place as any to bed down. And so let's get some torches on the go. Slightly worried by those zombies, but we shall we'll see what we're up to now. I made the furnace to start making some charcoal for the torches and completely forgotten that I had actually dug out some coal. So I was able to just light this up. I couldn't see any zombies in there straight away, so I thought, okay, I can hear them but I can't see them, so if I can't see them I'm safe enough. And true to the spirit of living underground, let's actually seal myself in. Come on. I'm getting a little bit worried about all those zombies. I don't know if they're under the ground or outside or in a cave just next to me or what, but yeah, let's seal myself in. Let's make sure that if they are above the ground, they're not going to come and get me. I do know from previous living underground experiments that you end up with so much cobble it's unbelievable. So I'm not that bothered about using it to seal myself up in on the roof there. So now that I'm underground, let's try and get a little mine going, and let's see if I can get some useful resources. I need to find some water, I need to find some iron. There's the water. No bucket as yet, so... These zombies are more annoying than frustrating now, because I know they're not going to come and get me, because I know I'm in a fairly safe place here. They're just, the sounds is just annoying me at the moment. I always get those wrong way around. It's 3 logs, 2 sets of planks. Make some charcoal. Now this is me digging away to try and find where these zombies are. And I know I shouldn't do that until I've got some armour, or until I'm a little bit more established, but I'm just intrigued. Can't leave well alone. I also can't dig too far without any torches, so there we go. Was that an Enderman I just heard? Oh, there's some free wood. That's not cheating. I'm still fairly close to the surface, as you can hear, and I'm still fairly close to some cows, so I should hopefully be able to get those later on. If I dig up and entice them down, I should be okay. Ah, now here's my first iron of the game. Didn't take too long to find. Ooh. Some more water, that's always useful. And look at that. Nice little underground pool with some coal in it. What could be better? Alright, let's gather this coal and see where we're up to. Okay, time to get farming. So I've done a little bit more digging down of the staircase down to the mine, and I've gathered a bit more coal, and I've built some more tools, and I've cut out a lot of the boring stuff, so cut out about 5 or 6 minutes. So let's get a bit of a wheat farm going down here underground in this very nice little water pool, which I'm sure is also going to turn into my little fishing station. Ideally, I would like to get a couple of cows under the ground, because steak is the it's my preferred form of food, but I might have to just live off bread and fish basically. Oh, no qualm. Some people don't like to eat food in Minecraft that they wouldn't eat in real life. I don't like eating fish. I don't eat seafood at all in real life. But I've got no problem with eating fish in Minecraft. So I don't have any moral objection to it at all. Right, I've edited out a bit more mining because that's fairly boring to watch. And what I'm doing at the moment is clearing out the living space where you know, where I've got the workbench and the furnace, and trying to open up some areas. What I'm trying to do is find the best place to dig out and set up a tree farm. And I can still hear all these zombies, and I think I'm getting closer. I think there must be, judging by the number of zombies that I can suddenly hear, there must be a dungeon under here somewhere. But I think this little area here is quite safe. I don't think they're around here. Aha. Aha. There they are. I can't quite reach them from up here, which is a bit annoying. I'm going to have to get closer. Got me, little swine. Why they're all hiding in the corner? No idea. Are they programmed to hide away from somebody waving an arrow in the air? I don't know. Come on. Click, 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 click. Sword, sword, sword. Come on. Come to Papa. There we go, yes. Yeah, oh, there we go. I'm still not sure whether that's enough light to stop the spawner working. That's always useful to have. And I can still hear a zombie, so as it spawns some behind the gravel somewhere. Yeah, it looks like there's a little hole back there. Yeah. There you go. Isn't it good to be in the peace and quiet? I'm pretty sure that's not going to spawn anymore now. I was in two minds whether to just destroy the spawner completely, but no, I think I'll keep it in case I I'll find a use for it later on. Right, let's start getting some glass on the go so I can get a ceiling. I can see some daylight. It's always nice to see daylight. Even in, in real life I like to see daylight. Even in Minecraft I like to see daylight. So let's have a glass roof on my underground abode. And let's try and make the place look a little bit more homely. Okay, so let's get a bit of a glass roof going on this place and shed some light on the situation. Haha. It's amazing what a bit of daylight does for your well-being, even if it is only in a video game. It really does feel so much different to get some natural light coming into the place. So, I have put in a glass roof and dug out a big square pit underneath it. This is where the crafting table and the furnace used to be. I've moved those further down and dug out an area where I'm going to plant my one and only sapling. I can't believe that in all those trees I chopped down at the start I only found or only picked up one sapling, and I would have been absolutely kicking myself if I'd even forgotten to do that. So what we're going to do now is wait and see if this sapling turns into a tree, and that's a good enough place to leave it for the end of this first episode. I just want to wait and see if this sapling turns into a tree, see if I've dug a big enough hole for it, and I'll be back in the next episode. See you soon, guys.